Hello guys, welcome to FM Bragging Rights, and we're joined here today with Man City manager Aron White. He's had a great pre-season thus far, with a good few signings in his squad. Aron, thanks for joining us here today. Let's talk about how your pre-season went and how the start of the new season in the Premiership is looking for you.
First of all, I just want to talk about the pre-season side of things first. A lot of the lads turned up in tip-top shape, and with the first couple of training sessions, that started to tell, and they've pushed on from there. In terms of the fixtures, I'm pleased with the amount of goals that we've scored. I mean, if I read it out, Schalke 1-1, Bolton I won 3-0, Pisa I won 2-0. There's another team that I can't pronounce, but I won 4-1. Shandong I won 5-0. Obviously we had a bit of a blip at Chelsea, but I was encouraged by the performance from the lads. We certainly created enough clear-cut chances to win the game. But this is what pre-season is all about. Unfortunately, lost that one 2-1. And OFI, another few goals there with a 3-1 win before the start of the season. So obviously, we could do with tightening it up at the back with 3 clean sheets. But the encouraging sign of things are we seem to be outscoring the opposition. But yes, I need to tighten up at the back. Sorry?
Things are looking good for you now. You said in your first interview you wanted to bring youth in, and it looks like you started to implement that in your side with a few transfers of Luke Shaw, Raheem Sterling, Insign and Kerry. Out of those 4, who's the most influential player out of those 4 that will bring such characteristics to your side, and why?
I don't want to single out any individual, but I think the player that is going to get the most out of this season is definitely Luke Shaw. He's the only recognised left back at the club, so we hope Luke Shaw will develop into the player that we have signed. Unfortunately, needs a must that he's going to be in a situation where he's probably going to end up playing more games than what we would like in terms of his development, but we know this is only going to stand both the club and the player in good stead in the very near future. In terms of Raheem Sterling, he's definitely an England international player, and we hope that this season is where he pushes on and cements that 15 million price tag that the club have paid for him. Insign, yes, he's a first-team player. Did well at Napoli. He's been on my radar for the last 18 months, and I'm glad to have caught his signature. He's a player with an eye for goal that potentially could be a match winner, and that's why he's at the club. Seri, he's gone out on loan. We brought him in from Parma on a free transfer, but it was a fee that was set by the courts of 825. But he's gone out straight out on loan to Leeds, and he's definitely one for the future. Not someone that's going to come in and make an impact.
A little bit on Alberto Kerry, bit of an unknown. What do you see in the lad?
Oh, he's an unbelievable talent, and he's certainly a player that can score goals. He's done it at the youth level at Napoli, and this is something that we see in a player that can really develop, not necessarily straight away, but certainly over the next 2 years. We think he's going to be a good player. Lacks the yard of pace, but certainly makes up with it in his aerial ability and his strength.
And just quickly on the start of the Premier season, it hasn't been the greatest, but it hasn't been the worst. You've gone unbeaten. You've tucked away quite a few goals thus far. And your next big match in the Premiership is against what would say your brotherly rival, Chelsea manager Lee White, away. What do you foresee for that match? Is it going to be a bit of payback? That's what I really want to know.
We talk about the pre-season and the goals that have been coming in, which have been coming in by the abundance, and there's there's a lot of players at the club that can chip in with the goals. But in terms of the start of the season, I'm a little bit disappointed that, you know, we started with a draw at West Ham. I thought we were slow out the blocks. We scraped a win at Aston Villa 2-1. Then we went and, you know, we went to Cardiff. Cardiff come to our place, and this is how I want to play. I mean, it was a dominating 4-1 win. But then, you know, we followed that up with Liverpool 0-0. And then a very disappointing 1-1 draw at Sunderland. So, you know, in terms of the Chelsea game, the momentum's not with me, but the players do realise and they do understand that, you know, it's now or never, because you lose the game, you're 9 points off the lead. And I know this is very early days, but, you know, these aren't the gaps that you want in it. So we aim to make this lead cut short to 3 points rather than 9.
Aaron, thank you for your time. We're going to cut it short there, and we wish you all the best in your forthcoming fixtures.
Thank you, Ian.